When you hear the words gold rush, you imagine the past. You see gritty prospectors in the 1840s, driven by a feverish hope, braving the brutal wilderness with picks and shovels, all for the chance to strike a vein of yellow metal. It was a game of luck, of back-breaking labor, and immense physical risk. But that game is over. Today, the single greatest gold rush in human history is happening all around you, and most people are completely unaware. It is a silent gold rush. It is not fought in the mountains, but on servers. Its tools are not picks and shovels, but algorithms and prompts. And the gold itself is not a physical metal. It is the infinite, untapped resource of automated creation. Welcome to the new frontier. Welcome to the great AI gold rush. In this chapter, we will give you the secret map to this digital Klondike. We will show you how a new breed of alchemist is building automated empires that prospect, mine, and mint value 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, often while they are sound asleep. This is not a fleeting trend. This is the new architecture of wealth.
The year is 1896. A report flashes across the world. Gold has been discovered in a remote frozen tributary of the Klondike River in the Yukon. What followed was one of the most frantic and brutal migrations in human history. 100,000 prospectors, gripped by a feverish hope, sold everything they owned to embark on an impossible journey into the unforgiving wilderness. Their work was a battle against the physical world. They fought frozen ground with picks and shovels. They battled starvation, disease, and the bitter cold. Their success was a function of brute force, of endurance, and most of all, of pure, dumb luck. They were searching for a finite seam of yellow metal, a resource that once found was gone forever. This is the world's image of a gold rush, and it is a lie. It is a lie because it teaches us that opportunity is a physical place you must travel to, and that wealth is a finite resource you must fight for. The alchemist, the new architect of wealth, understands that the great frontier is no longer a place on a map. It has become a layer over reality itself. The new frontier is the digital ether. It is a vast, uncharted, and infinitely rich territory of data, attention, and problems. This is the digital Klondike. And in this new Klondike, the rules are inverted. The resource is not finite, it is infinite. The gold in this new world is not a physical element, it is the endless, ever-growing ocean of human problems, desires, and inefficiencies. For every person who asks the question on the internet, for every business that struggles with a repetitive task, for every creator who runs out of ideas, a new seam of digital gold has just been revealed. The barrier to entry is not physical, it is mental. You do not need $1,000 for gear and a year of your life to risk on a dangerous journey. You need a laptop, an internet connection, and most importantly, a new way of seeing. The great fortunes of this new rush will not go to those with the strongest backs, but to those with the sharpest minds. And luck is no longer the primary variable. This is not a game of chance, of happening upon the right patch of dirt. It is a game of architecture, of seeing a problem and designing an elegant automated system to solve it. This is the profound realization, the great paradigm shift. The old prospector was a hunter of things. They spent their life sifting through tons of worthless dirt to find 1 ounce of gold. The new prospector, the alchemist, is a hunter of problems. They sift through the endless stream of human needs to find one specific, painful inefficiency. They are not looking for the gold itself, they are looking for the map to the gold. Your work is not to grab a digital pickaxe and start swinging wildly. Your first step is to retrain your eyes. It is to learn to see this new invisible landscape. It is to see the frustrations, the inefficiencies, and the unanswered questions of the digital world not as annoyances, but as the glittering seams of the richest gold rush in human history. In this new world, you stop being a prospector and you become a cartographer, the one who draws the map.
The alchemist's tools. The old prospector in the Klondike had tools of brute physicality, the pickaxe to shatter the frozen earth, the shovel to move the worthless rock, the pan to sift the heavy sand.
His tools were an extension of his own muscle, and his results were forever limited by his own physical endurance. The new alchemist, the architect of the digital gold rush, operates on a different plane. Their tools are not an extension of their muscle, but of their mind. They are tools of intellectual leverage, capable of performing 1,000 years of labor in a single night. To understand this new gold rush, you must first understand the three sacred tools that make it possible. The first, and most important tool, is the modern incarnation of the Philosopher's Stone. It is the engine of transmutation itself. This is the power of generative AI. Think of it as having a master scribe and a master artisan in your service, both of whom are infinitely skilled, impossibly fast, and require no rest. The scribe can write any book, compose any piece of music, or write any line of code given a simple whispered instruction, a prompt. The artisan can conjure any image, design any logo, or create any blueprint from the void of your imagination. This tool is the creative force. It is the engine that takes a formless idea, a wisp of a thought, and gives it a solid, tangible digital body. Where the old prospector had to physically dig for his gold, the new alchemist simply has to ask for it. This is the tool that creates the raw value. But a master scribe, no matter how brilliant, is useless if you must stand over his shoulder and dictate every word, every day. This brings us to the second tool, which gives the first its truly magical power. This is the tool of automation. If generative AI is the scribe, then automation is the great mechanism. The intricate, self-operating machinery of the alchemist's laboratory. It is the invisible system of pipes, gears, and levers that allows the work to be done without the alchemist's presence. These are the platforms that connect all your digital tools into a single, cohesive thinking machine. The amateur uses a dozen different apps, manually copying and pasting information from one to the other, forever trapped in the digital equivalent of carrying buckets of water. The alchemist uses automation to build a pipeline. In their system, the scribe, the AI, is commanded to write an article. The great mechanism, the automation platform, automatically takes that finished article, delivers it to a second machine that publishes it online, which then triggers a third machine to send a notification across all social channels. No human hands touched the process. This is the secret to making the system work while you sleep. The scribe creates the gold, but the great mechanism is what moves it from the mine to the mint, tirelessly and in perfect silence. But how does the mechanism command the scribe? How do these separate digital ghosts speak to one another? This requires the third and final tool, the most subtle of all. This is the alchemist's book of incantations, known to the modern world as the API. An API is a secret language, a set of spells that allows one program to give commands to another. You do not need to be a master sorcerer to use it. You simply need to know the right words, the right incantation, to command the desired action. Modern automation platforms have made this as simple as connecting two boxes with a line. You are in effect telling the great mechanism, when this happens, speak the incantation that commands the scribe to do that. These three tools, when combined, create the alchemist's dream, an autonomous, self-perpetuating engine of creation. The generative AI is the heart that creates value. The automation platform is the circulatory system that moves it, and the APIs are the nerve impulses that coordinate the entire body. The great secret of the AI gold rush is that you do not need to be the prospector digging in the dirt. You need to be the architect who designs the machine.
Mining the ether. You have mapped the digital Klondike. You have been given the alchemist's tools. Now you must learn the most crucial and counterintuitive secret of this new gold rush. You must learn what it is you are actually mining for. The old prospector had a simple task. He was looking for a single, specific object, a shiny, yellow, metallic element.
His entire process was a brute force filter, designed to discard tons of worthless dirt to find 1 ounce of gold. The amateur in the new gold rush makes a fatal mistake. They try to replicate this old process. They send their new magical tools into the digital world and command them to find gold. They ask the AI to write me a viral article or create a best-selling ebook. They are asking the machine to find the finished product. This is the equivalent of asking a shovel to find a gold bar. The shovel doesn't know what a gold bar is. The AI in its current form does not know what a viral hit is. It can only follow instructions. This is why so many early efforts end in failure and frustration. The alchemist, the architect, understands that the AI is not a magic gold detector. It is the most powerful prospecting tool ever conceived. And it is not sent to find gold. It is sent to find the ore. The ether, the vast swirling ocean of all human knowledge, conversation, and data, is the ore, the digital ghost of our civilization. And hidden within this ore, like microscopic flecks of gold in a riverbed, are the most valuable resources in existence: problems, questions, desires, and inefficiencies. This is the profound secret. You do not send the AI to find the answer. You send the AI to find the perfect question. Let's imagine you want to enter the massive market of sleep. The amateur tells the AI, "Write me an ebook on how to sleep better." The AI will produce a generic, soulless, and ultimately worthless compilation of every common sleep tip known to man. It is a lump of lead. The alchemist gives a completely different command. They send their AI miner into the ether with a new instruction: scan every Reddit forum, every health blog, every scientific paper, every YouTube comment section related to insomnia from the last 5 years. Analyze all of it and return with a list of the 10 most common, painful, and unsolved problems that people complain about. The AI is no longer a dumb scribe. It is a brilliant, tireless researcher, a sentient shovel that can read the very earth it is digging through. After a few hours, the AI returns, but it does not return with an ebook. It returns with a map. It says, the data shows that the #1 unsolved problem is not how to fall asleep. It is how to stop a racing mind at 3 a.m. after waking up. This is the moment of creation. That single, perfectly defined, data-verified problem is the gold. It is the vein of pure, concentrated value in the mountain of noise. The alchemist has now mined the ether. They have not found a product. They have found a specific, quantifiable, and desperate human need. They have found the empty throne. And only now, with this pure, refined gold in their hands, do they turn to their AI scribe and give the final, simple command: now, write me an ebook titled The 3 a.m. Mind, a step-by-step guide to silencing a racing brain and reclaiming your sleep. The amateur tried to find a gold bar. The alchemist found a precise map to the motherlode and now has the tools to mint the coins themselves.
The automatic mint. You have mined the ether. You have extracted the ore, the pure, data-verified human problem. You have used your AI scribe to forge the perfect solution, the first flawless gold coin. For the amateur, this is the end of the work. They have a product. Now they must begin the backbreaking manual labor of selling it, posting on social media, writing ads, sending emails. They have created a beautiful coin, but they are now a street merchant, hawking their wares one by one. Their success is once again tied to their own finite daily effort. The alchemist, the architect, looks at this first perfect coin and asks a completely different question. They do not ask, how can I sell this? They ask, how can I build a machine that sells this for me forever? This is the final and most powerful stage of the process. This is the construction of the automatic mint. The mint is not a single tool. It is a system, an interconnected, autonomous machine built from the alchemist's tools we have already discussed. Its purpose is to take the raw, creative gold from your AI scribe and automatically stamp it, distribute it, and collect the revenue from it, all without your direct intervention. Let us return to our example, the ebook, The 3 a.m. Mind. The amateur writes the book and puts it on their website, hoping someone will find it. The alchemist sees the book not as the final product, but as the raw material for the mint. They connect their tools using the Book of Incantations, the APIs, and build a system that runs on its own. Step 1. The multiplier. The alchemist commands their AI scribe, take this ebook. Now, deconstruct it into 50 separate high-impact social media posts, 20 short-form video scripts, 10 compelling email newsletters, and 5 long-form articles from my blog. The AI does this in minutes. The single gold coin has been multiplied into a treasury of content. Step 2. The scheduler. The alchemist connects the AI to an automation platform, a piece of the great mechanism. They give it a simple command. Take these 85 pieces of content. Now, schedule them to be published automatically across all my channels, one per day for the next 3 months. Step 3. The collector. Every single one of those posts, those videos, those articles, contains a single, subtle link. This link does not go to a clunky sales page. It goes to a simple, elegant landing page, also written by the AI scribe, that offers the full ebook. The payment, the delivery of the digital file, everything is handled by another automated piece of the great mechanism. Do you see the architecture? The alchemist is not selling. The alchemist has built a machine that sells. The machine is a vast, automated web. A person lying awake at 3 a.m. searches for how to stop racing thoughts. They find one of the 50 articles the AI has written. At the end of that helpful article, they see a link to a book that promises to solve their exact problem. They click. They buy. The money enters the alchemist's account. The alchemist, in that moment, is asleep. This is the automatic mint. It is a self-perpetuating engine of value distribution. It is a system that works tirelessly, day and night, turning the intellectual gold you have mined into a real, spendable currency. The old prospector's work ended when he found the gold. The new alchemist's work truly begins there. Their final act of genius is not in creating the product, but in building the machine that makes the product sell itself. It is the final step in untethering your wealth from your time.
The sleeper's yield. We have come to the end of our map. We have mapped the digital Klondike, a new frontier of infinite problems. We have assembled the alchemist's tools, the generative AI, the great mechanism of automation, and the Book of Incantations. We have learned to mine the ether not for gold, but for the ore of human need. And we have used that ore to construct the automatic mint, a self-perpetuating machine that distributes value to the world. And now we arrive at the consequence, the final, beautiful, and almost unbelievable result of this great work. This is the sleeper's yield. Imagine you go to sleep tonight. While you are dreaming, while the world is quiet and dark, your machine is awake. It is alive. Your AI prospector is scanning the digital world, hunting for the next great problem. Your AI scribe, commanded by the great mechanism, is writing the articles, creating the content, and forging the solutions you designed weeks ago. The automatic mint is publishing that content across a dozen platforms, a silent, global broadcast. And somewhere in the world, a person, plagued by the very problem you identified, discovers your solution. They click, they buy, and a small, perfect digital gold coin is deposited into your account. You, the architect, are completely unaware. You are in the deepest stages of REM sleep. And then you wake up. You make your coffee, you check your phone, and you discover the impossible truth. You are richer this morning than you were when you went to bed. This is the sleeper's yield. It is not just the money that arrives overnight, that is merely the first layer. The true yield is something far more profound. It is the time you did not have to trade. It is the freedom from the clock. The old prospector traded an hour of his life for an ounce of gold.
The new alchemist trades one brilliant hour of design for a system that produces 1,000 ounces of gold, forever. This is the great paradigm shift. You are no longer paid for your labor. You are paid for your insight. You are not the one digging in the mine. You are the one who drew the map to the motherlode and designed the automated machines that excavated. The sleeper's yield is the final, beautiful proof that you have escaped the prison of trading time for money. Your wealth is no longer a function of your own finite human energy. It is a function of a system you architected, a digital ghost that works for you with a perfection and relentlessness you could never achieve on your own. The money is simply the byproduct. The true yield is your life. It is the reclamation of your days, your focus, and your creative energy. It is the freedom to spend your waking hours not carrying the buckets, but designing the next, even more ambitious pipeline. This is the new gold rush. It is a rush not for a yellow metal, but for a golden life. A life where your greatest work is done not while you are grinding, but while you are dreaming.
The gold rush of the past was a lottery of geology and brute force. This new gold rush is different. It is a game of architecture, of systems thinking. It is a game that is won not by the strongest, but by the smartest. You now have the map. You have seen the tools. You understand the process. The digital Klondike is not a distant frontier. It is an open opportunity waiting for new architects to stake their claim. This is not a fleeting moment. This is the new reality of wealth creation. Thank you for joining us inside Capital Sanctum. To continue mastering the frameworks of this new automated world, subscribe to Capital Sanctum and join the circle of those who do not just work, but build the engines that work for them.